So I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, Vipul, once again for the introduction. And as Vipul has already mentioned, that today I will be talking about prompt engineering techniques to unlock the AI's full potential. So whether we are building Copilot agents or working with any other generative AI tools, prompt engineering is what we can say is the first and the most fundamental step. So today I will be sharing few of the practical techniques that will help you to craft a powerful prompts that consistently drives better results. Before that, let me quickly introduce myself. I am Shrutika Patil currently, and I'm happy that recently I have joined Messicoda as a head of AI. And in my previous organization, I was mostly focused on extending the Microsoft 365 agents and building a dynamic 365 Copilot agent and working on the Power Platform. And I also got the opportunity to work on building the AI agents on the Azure AI Foundry. I'm an active speaker and where share my experience with a broad community. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn. The barcode is shared on the screen right over here. And you can also visit to my blog that is https://shrutika.in. So before I actually start my session, I just wanted to introduce you to Sam, who recently started experimenting with the AI tools. So recently, he is trying to generate a logo for his company. His company actually deals with cats, but poor Sam, he doesn't really know how to interact with a large language model. So instead of getting a professional cat theme logo, he ended up with some pretty hilarious result. So let me just play this video.
I need a logo. Make it a cat.
So here you can see he just tell that I just wanted to make a cat logo, but he didn't specify so much because he's not aware about how he should talk with a large language model. So today my agenda for the prompt like a pro session will be the first thing we will start understanding what is a prompt engineering and why it's really matters. Next, we will break down the key elements of a good prompt. And after that, we will divide into some practical prompt engineering techniques that usually follows. There are a lot of prompt engineering technique, but we will focus on few of them. That those are the key key prompt engineering techniques. Then we will be exploring a few strategy that will help you to optimize the prompt for the consistency. And finally, we will bring all together in the life in the Copilot example. So first of all, what is a prompt engineering and why it does matter? We can say the prompt engineering is a kind of discipline to craft a precise instructions to guide the AI models to generate accurate, relevant, and useful responses. With a strong prompt, we get a higher quality result. It saves time by reducing the need of multiple iteration by getting a better result on the first try itself. It gives better control over AI's behavior and outputs. It also ensures consistency across different use cases. So now let's look at the difference Sam got when he started tweaking his prompt and actually guiding the AI towards what he wants. If Sam just says, make me a logo, the AI has no context, so the results are random and often irrelevant. But the moment Sam adds clarity, like the company name, what his company sells, the AI starts generating output that are relevant, useful, and much closer to his vision. That's the real power of prompt engineering. When the company's word his sales, the AI start generating output that are relevant, useful, and much closer to his vision. That's really the power of prompt engineering. It's not just about asking, it's about guiding the AI. So let's have a look at some of the core components of an effective prompts. So the first, we have to give a clear instruction where we will explicitly state whether you want the AI to do. Then the second one is the context. So the AI understands the background or the situation. The third one is by giving a few input examples. This helps the AI mirror the tone, style, or the structure you are looking for. And finally, specify the output format. So the response come back in exactly the shape you need. When you combine those four, you set up the AI for accurate, consistent, and a useful result. Now let's see how we can put together this four components and build a prompt. So let's say in the prompt, this is what actually is a simple prompt where I'm asking AI to design a workout plan. So here, if you see the purple line over here, that's the instruction where we are specifying AI to design a workout plan. The second one is the context. In this prompt, the context is I want a home workout routine without equipment for the weight loss. So this way, the AI will understand that the user don't have any equipment available at home. And the third one is the time available. So here we are explicitly specifying that the 30 minutes a day is only available. And in the last one, we are specifying list exercises in a bullet format with sets and repetition. So here you can see we on the left hand side you can see we have got a very good output day by day, and it also includes very detailed level of output in the bullet format, and also including how much time you can spend for cooling down and stretching and the main exercises and warm up. So that's how the AI will respond if you are giving a proper prompt. Now let's look at the six different key prompting techniques. So we will start with the zero prompting technique, and then there is also the few shot prompting, where compared to the zero shot prompting, here we will provide a little more information in the input and output example format. Then the third one is a automatic COD stands for chain of thoughts. This in this prompting technique, we ask AI to think step by step uh, before answering on the output. Then the fourth one, persona based and negative constraint. This is what I learned from Kunal, who will take the next session on this. Thank you, Kunal, for sharing this information, and it really helped me a lot while designing the Copilot agent. So today I'll share this trick with you all, guys. This is the persona based and the negative constraint, where we define the agent to act like some person, or we specify the role to that particular agent, and we also set some of the rules that what should the AI agent should follow and what should it not follow. The fifth one is the react, which is a reasoning prompting. It's a combination of reasoning and action generation in a single prompt. Then the last one we will see structured output format prompting, where we are specifying how the output should be received. Now let's start with the first one, that is a zero shot prompting, where in the zero shot prompting that we extensively do use in our day to day life when we are using the chat GPT or any other interface, where we just provide the clear instruction and the input data. So on the formula side, you can see we are only specifying the clear instruction and the input data. This kind of the zero shot prompting is useful when we are just simply querying anything. We want a quick answers, we want a fact retrieval or do the small task. This is not recommended when we are building any agent or any I mean any generative AI solutions. So let's see these by some examples. So in the first example, here you can see the purple line that I indicated translate the sentence into Hindi, and the second line in the orange, here we are specifying where is the nearest railway station, which is the input data. And the second one, generate a high resolution digital illustration of a peaceful mountain. So here in the single line, we are specifying the clear instruction, what AI has to do. And the second one, in the same sentences, in the last line, we are specifying of the peaceful mountain, which is our input data. Now let's look at the second prompting technique, which is a few shot prompting. Here we provide more information what we wanted to do, including the input output examples. So just like the zero shot prompting where we only specify the clear instructions and input data, here we specify the few more examples and the input output pairs. This prompting technique is based for complex tasks and where we wanted a structured output or some creative generation. So let's see this by example. So here on the example prompt, you can see the first line in the purple indicate the clear instruction where we are asking AI to classify the sentiments of the following based on positive, review or neutral. And in examples, we have provided few of the examples in the input output pairs. Like the first review, the movie was fantastic. I love the storyline. And in the next line, we are specifying the sentiment for this particular review is a positive. And we provided few more examples for the neutral and the negative. Then we are providing the input what exactly we want the answer on, where we are actually asking the hotel room was spacious and very clear. So in this sentiment, we will get answer as a positive. Now let's look at the third one, which is the automatic chain of thoughts or the COD prompting. Here, if you see the, I mean, formula that I have specified, here it may vary based on your scenario. The component, these are what actually I implemented in my practical life as well. So I considered that, I mean, putting these particular components inside the prompt gives me the better answer. But your scenario could be different. So based on your scenario, you can place your, I mean, components in the prompt. So the first component that here is the persona, the context. Um, in the last one here, you can see we can put the chain of thoughts triggering phrases. So this kind of chain of thoughts prompting technique is useful when we are doing a complex jobs like a mathematics or arithmetical problems or some logical reasoning or healthcare education. Let's try to understand the chain of thoughts by looking at one example. So in this example prompt, if you see the last line, where we have asked list analyze the evidence step by step. So the AI will understand this is what the triggering phase for the chain of thoughts, and we have to, I mean, go and execute the analysis step by step. So there could be a few more chain of thought triggering phases based on our requirement. We can tweak it. This is not the limited to what mentioned on the screen, but you can design your own chain of the thoughts triggering phases and add that in your prompt. So let's see the example of analytical diagnostic triggers. Here we are asking, let's think step by step. And even we can specify evaluate the situation step by step before concluding. Some more like the instructional persona triggering as well. Answer like a mathematical teacher explaining to the student. So this is also one of the example where we are actually telling the agent to act like some person and explain the student step by step. And also in the detective solving case also we can use this triggering phase to understand that. Then the verification trigger also, this could be few of the triggering phases that we can include in our prompt. Now let's look at the fourth one, which is the persona based and the negative constraint. Here I took a same example that we have seen for the chain of thought. So we will look at few more lines over here. Let's look at the first one. You are an environmental scientist reviewing conflicting agriculture studies. So this is what we are telling AI to, I mean, act like the environment scientist. This is called persona based prompting, where we are assigning the AI a role or the personality to guide or tone on the output side. There could be the multiple, I mean, persona based phrases, like you are a highly knowledgeable and technical support agent, or you are a vibrant and adventurous travel blogger. So based on our requirement we can include this, and this gives a very, I mean, good, I mean, a result when we build any copilot agent or any generative AI solutions. Now let's look at the few of the rules or the constraints. So now in the same prompt, look at the rules section where we have specified the three different rules to act that AI needs to follow while answering to the UI. So here you can see these three rules are called the instruction twinning or the negative constraint. When we are specifying do not use the emotional or some do not use this kind of things are called negative constraint that AI should have to I mean not to follow. This kind of, I mean, adding the rules will actually help you to prevent AI hallucinations. Apart from, I mean, adding the knowledge and other stuff to the AI, these rules also specify, I mean, prevent AI hallucination. You might have also observed on the while building the Copilot agent, you might have observed that when we design the prompt using when we design the agent using the prompt side, it automatically added few of the set of the rules to the AI agent as well. So even on the Copilot side also, they follow these particular prompting technique.
이런 머리 치워.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one, that is a React reasoning prompting. So here, let's see on the last line where we have specified just use one word, that is reasoning. These actually help the AI to, I mean, act or to, I mean, first reason and then act to the prompt. So few of the React prompting phrases can be think out loud, first think about the problem, then decide the next action, and there can be so many reasoning prompting phrases as well. Even you, if you see the official Microsoft authorizing reasoning model as well, so in the official Copilot agent document as well, they have specified this to add in the prompt as well. Um, which you can see on the reference Microsoft Copilot Studio authoring reasoning model document as well. Now let's look at the sixth one, which is our last one, where we are specifying the agent to, I mean, give the output in some specified format. So here we can use a JSON table or any kind of, I mean, bullet, or even we can specify how the text should look like in the bullet format that we can define. So here in the example prompt, you can see here I have specified in the last line in the orange output as a JSON. Here I'm specifying how the output should look. So let's play the video here and the Copilot. I pasted the same, prompt, and here you can see it started giving me answer in the JSON format that I have specified. This kind of, structured output prompting is really helpful when we wanted to, we want the automated data extraction. So it follows the consistent output format when we are talking with the AI. Now let's look at the another thing. These are the few of the checklists that will help you to optimize your prompt, but this is not limited. You can actually have your own as well. But these are the six checklists that I usually follow when I building any prompt. So the first checklist is that I just re-verify that whether my instruction is clear and the specify. Always look into that if there is any ambiguity in the my requirement. And then the second one is the structured format. Like the six prompting technique that I have shared with you, you just follow those output formatting and specify AI to response back on that. And also you can define the inputs and output in the JSON format as well. Then the third one is delimiter. Here we can use some kind of the delimiters like the triple hash or anything to separate out the elements inside the prompt. And the fourth one is the task decomposition, where I break down the complete task into the simpler subtask. Then the fifth one is the following the advanced technique that we have seen, like the few shot, chain of thoughts, or the react whenever needed. And the sixth one is iterate and evaluate. This is what actually you should always follow whenever you are building any prompt. Try to figure out the output in the different models as well, and how your same prompt is acting. Refine the prompt and reiterate, tune, and test it. Now let's try to put all the concept that we have learned so far and try to build one tic-tac-toe game. So yes, Copilot is not limited just with building the agents. Even we can also build some interactive games which are just a wording, not high graphics games. So I built this tic-tac-toe game that runs on the Copilot. So let's see and check that. So this is an example of the poor prompting. Here you can see I have just instruct the agent. Let's play the tic-tac-toe game where I'm not specifying any rules, nothing, and just specified that I will be the X and you will be the O player, and just start playing the game. Now let me just play it on the website. So here is my agent up, tic-tac-toe game agent. So let me just start the game. So here, as soon as I started the beginning game, it started with me. So he specified that instruction that you will be the X and I will be the O. So let's try to select some place over here. So I'll select the place as 5. Yes. So I selected the middle one. So here it has placed my O symbol on the 5th position. And now I choose the second number. And here you can clearly see, because it doesn't understand the rules, it has to place his X on the first and the third position. So it's acting like very biased. So now I had choose the second position, but it didn't took, because the problem is with my prompting, because the system doesn't understand how to play the tic-tac-toe game. Just by one line, it doesn't have that capability to understand that. So I'll reselect that second position again. Now it has put my O on the second position, and looks like it has put his on 6th position. I'll choose the 8th position because I wanted to win the game. But see, still I have won the game, but it didn't announce me as a winner because it doesn't know the rules. Now I'll select the ninth position, but it didn't put my symbol over there. I'll just do that again. Now here you can clearly see that I have won the game by selecting vertical, but now it announced himself that I have won the game. So it's very biased. It's not working properly. So let's just try to, tweak our prompt a little bit more where we are specifying proper, input, and we are specifying the examples also and some game rules as well. So in the example, I have already put the rules and play together and the game rules as well. And here I just try to, improve the little UI experience as well by using the numbers emojis. And also instead of using simple X, we will use the, X and O as a emoji. And here I have also specified how winner should be announced. And let's now start to, begin playing the game. Now this Copilot understand all the rules. Now see how it has improved the output. Now let's start beginning the game. So now now here you can see that it has shown me emoji as well. Now I'll select the first position. The graphics, the UI is looking much prettier than the previous one. Now it has placed my X symbol on the first position. Now I'll select the second one. In the example, you can see it has also placed his O symbol on the fifth position. And now it's going on. And now I'll just select the seventh position. Now based on this, I should be the winner. Okay, I think I choose the wrong place. Now let's just go to the sixth one position. Now it has put my symbol on the position, and he has selected at the eighth position. And now I'll choose the fourth one. Now here you can see that as I have completed the first line, now I am the winner. Now it has understand all the rules that agent should have to follow. So here you can see how agent can be improved by providing a very clear instruction, rules, and everything, even how we wanted to show on the output. So this is a good example how it can actually improve for the agent quality. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much. If you have any query, even after this session, you can connect with me on LinkedIn and you can ask me question over there. Please scan the QR code and connect with me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Shrutika, for this wonderful session. We really get to know the technique and the game which you showed at the end with the practical demo on prompt engineering. Really appreciate.
Yeah, thank you, people. Thank you. Thank you all.
Our next session is from Kunal, who is again a very renowned community speaker who will be sharing his knowledge today with us on Copilot Studio. Over to you, Kunal.
Yeah, thank you, Vipul. Thank you, Shrutika, for this insightful session. Allow me a minute where I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, Kunal.
Okay, great. Hello and welcome everyone. Okay, so we'll get started. So today's topic is about the elevate your automation and AI game with the Copilot Studio. So how that we will see today. So before we start to the sessions, let me introduce myself. My name is Kunal. I am a low code, no code, and pro code enthusiast. My work focuses on to the implementing the guardrails around the low code, no code platform. Consult the development teams with the low code, no code solutions. Additionally, working on the automation frameworks and optimization of the processes by adopting and innovating tools and features. Apart from that, I also drive few communities that empower technical and non-technical teams with the LCNC practices. And about my role, I am currently serving as a role as an enterprise architect for the low-code, no-code platform. Okay, to the next. So let's talk about today's key takeaways from this session. So yes, for Copilot Studio, few weeks back, Bhargavi has already conducted a very informative session on the architectural part and broader level introduction to the Copilot Studio. You can find the session recording in our archives. For that, Vipul will share the link shortly. Today we will talk all about this in some more detail. Now let's talk about the key takeaways from today's session. So basically, we will go through the AI revolution, introduction to the Copilot Studio. Then we will understand the basic and some features about the Copilot Studio, like topics, generative answer, actions, and many more. And after that, we will have a demonstrations as well, how these features can be utilized to build an intelligent agent with the Copilot Studio. Okay, we'll move to our topic for the AI revolution in a business. So basically, I want you to picture your average work day. So for an example, how much time you spend on the repetitive task or manual task like answering some questions or drafting a routine emails or inputting some data from Excel to any particular system. So it's a time consuming activity, right? For many of us, these tasks are a productive block hole, or you can say a boring routine work. But what if there is a better way to do that? So what if you could free up your time from for the strategic and creative impactful work by automating these systems or automating this kind of processes? So this is where the AI comes into the picture. So is it a futuristic concept? The answer is no. So AI is not a futuristic concept. The promise of AI in the business world is no longer a distant dream. It's already in reality. According to the Gartner, According to Gartner's survey back in 2023, 85% business leader agrees that there will be a surge in skill development needs due to AI. Why? Because of AI. So AI is transforming how we operate, how we automate our workflows, how we enhance the user experience, customer support, and how we empower our internal teams to leverage AI solutions or leverage the solutions that supports AI capabilities. So we are seeing companies use AI to create intelligent agent that provides instant support, automate lead qualifications for the sales team, and even help the operational departments like HR, finance to answer the employee questions around the clock. The benefits are clear. It increases the efficiency, it provides a better customer experience, and it has an engaged workforce around. So we'll see how it goes today. Okay. So despite having all this potential, many organization feels there are some challenges. So still the common belief is that implementing AI is too complex, it is too expensive, or it requires a highly skilled professional or PhD level data scientist to maintain and provide this kind of solution. So that's why many organization feels out of reach from most of this. So that's where the Microsoft Copilot Studio comes into the picture. It's an solution, low code no code platform solution, where you don't need to build any complex or custom models from the scratch. It's a game changer because it puts the power of AI into the everyone's hand, where you can create your agent. That agent can be a AI powered agent, and where you can this agent can be tailored on the on the specific business requirement as well. So this platform gives you is a key to closing the gap between promise of AI and its practical application. So we'll see on that side of the Copilot Studio itself. Moving to our topic of the today's topic of the Copilot Studio. So we'll talk about the introduction. So first of all, what it is. So basically, low code, no code. It's a low code, no code platform that we are know. So it is allows user to build an conversational solution. It has a potential to create a simple agent that can answer specific question. To you can build a complex sales solution like that can generate a lead for our sales team also. So this is the platform, but when to use this kind of platform. So let's say whenever you want to build a dedicated agent that performs specific task or leverage the organization's data from the SharePoint, Dataverse, Dynamic 365, you can create your own custom agent with the Microsoft Copilot Studio platform. And next is about why to use it. So basically, we can build our agents tailored to specific business needs, like we talked about, like for the HR, for finance, like kind of this. Apart from this, it enhances the functionality of Microsoft 365 Copilot as well. Because what we do with the Microsoft Copilot Studio, we can integrate our Copilot Studio agent with Microsoft 365 Copilot that we use on the Office 365 website itself. We can automate our routine tasks. We can answer like routine tasks like answering the questions. Even if we have any mature processes that mature streamlined processes that can be automated. For an example, when it comes to the IT, let's say reset password. So reset password itself is a mature process. You can automate this kind of processes with the help of Copilot Studio or Copilot Agent also. And it overall it boosts our own productivity. Okay. Um, Moving to our so now let's talk about the features. When we say Copilot Studio, we can create the agents. So we'll talk about these features. What are the features in the Copilot Studio when we are creating any particular agent? So foundational concept in Copilot Studio is a topic. Uh, think of a topic as a specific predefined conversational path. It's how you guide the agent to perform specific task or answer specific question. For an example, you create a topic for HR leave request where you can define conversation path for leave request related questions like how many days of casual leave I can avail, how do I apply for the leave, and many more. You can definitely clearly add such kind of questions, and you can use this. You can derive this question, you can answer this question, craft these answer questions into the topic, and whenever user will ask this kind of question, your topic will automatically answer this question. But what if the question haven't prepared, or conversational path itself is not defined? This is the where the true power of generative AI comes into the picture with generative answers. So instead of having manually write every single possible response, you can point your agent to an existing data. So agent uses generative AI to analyze the content and formulate a natural language answer on the fly. It's a difference between building a static Q&A bot and an intelligent dynamic assistant that can learn and grow with organizational knowledge base. Okay. Moving to our next feature, it's knowledge. We usually call brain of our agent. So we previously discussed about the generative answers, but where it will generate the from where it will generate these answers. So answers the knowledge base section of the agent. So basically, in the knowledge base, it's a feature where you it allows you to ground the agent's responses in your proprietary information. Our crucial feature where building internal facing while building the internal facing copilots that can answer the employee questions using the knowledge. Instead of creating, like we said about the leave request, right? So instead of creating a leave request topic, we can point our agent to HR policies, which could be the web page or a document, policy document, where you can connect your agent to this policy documents, and then your agent will extract the information from these documents and web pages. So you can connect this agent to the multiple data sources like SharePoint. You can have a public facing websites or connectors, and these connectors could be Dataverse, Azure SQL, or you can simply upload a document, PDF or Word document, and it will answer from those questions. So by leveraging the knowledge feature, you can transform your agent into a central source of truth for your organization. Imagine if an employee is asking about the question for the expense policy, new expense policy that is designed into our organization. So agent using the knowledge base you have connected to the our policy document or policy share drive shared location, it will clearly connect to that document, policy document, and precise answers will be derived directly from the official document source. This reduces the miscommunication, it saves the time of HR, finance team people, and it gives an employee to confidence that they are getting the right information from the source of the document. It's a key to make your Copilot agent not just a smart but also a trustworthy and authoritative. Moving to the next feature, that is action and connectors. So we talked about how agent can answer the questions, but what makes it for uh, truly powerful is it's the ability to perform action. Action is nothing but a task or a process that agent can execute on behalf of the user. These actions are often uh, powered by the pre-built action connectors that are available in Copilot Studio or Power Automate flows. So how does this agent talks to different system? The answer is connectors. Think about the connector is a digital bridge between Copilot Studio and other applications which you are trying to connect. So Microsoft provide over a 1400 built-in connectors available. So this is a vast library, means we can connect your agent to almost any system that your business uses without having writing any complex code for the connectivity. The combination of actions and connector is what delivers the real business value. Imagine a user in Microsoft team is asking, can you submit me a leave request for me? The Copilot Studio understand this request. It can call an action to the trigger, like in a Power Automate could be a Power Automate flow, and the flow connects to the your HR system and submits the leave request and notifies to your manager. So it's a complete end-to-end automation, all started with just a single simple conversational prompt. Okay, moving to our next feature, it is entities. So far, we have talked about the Copilot, what Copilot Studio can do, but how does it understand the user intents and extract the crucial information from the request, or what user is prompting, or what user is asking to do? That's where the entities comes into the picture. Entity is a piece of information that you want to recognize and save from the user's input. User can provide a paragraph or a long sentence as an input, and the entities help you to extract the crucial information from this. For an example, let's say user says, I would like to book a flight to Paris for two people on 20th September. Then crucial information like location as a Paris, then number of people, two, and 28th September as a date. This is the crucial information for the flight ticket booking. So from this single sentence, entities can pulled out the information for questions like flight for which location, how many number of tickets you want to book, where when you are planning to travel. So these three questions can be answered from this one statement itself. And to extract this crucial information, entities are really helpful. By using using these entities, you can make your conversation much more efficient and human-like. Instead of having series of separate questions, you can simply ask one question and agent can extract multiple pieces of information from one single response itself. So this is how entities will be helpful while building your Copilot agent. Moving to our next topic is about the advanced like experience. It is not a feature, but yeah, definitely it is used for the user enhance your user experience with the adaptive card. Talk about the adaptive card. So up to this point, we have focused on how Copilot can understand users' request and provide a response. But the response, if what if the response needs to be more than just a plain text? What if you need to display a structured information like flight itinerary or data entry form itself? This is where the adaptive card comes into the picture. So adaptive cards are powerful way to enhance your user experience by moving simple conversational text. This allows you to create a structured and rich user interface, and that can contain your text, images, button, input fields, all rendered natively into the host application. If your agent is on to Microsoft Team, then it will create a Teams like kind of form. If it is in Copilot Studio, even in Copilot Studio, your agent can take a different user interface itself. The true value of adaptive card is their ability to make conversation actionable. Consider a simple workflow like employee submits an expense report for an approval. Without adaptive card, the approver could get a plain text message, and you have to that approver needs to navigate to some other system to take an action for like an approval or reject. But with adaptive cards, the manager receives an card immediately within the Teams itself, and with the with the all the details of the expense report, like what is the expense, how much expense amount, what is the expense date, all these details with the actionable items, like where user can see the actionable input, like buttons, for an example, to button for the approval or button for the rejection, all this within the same conversation. So user don't need to migrate to change to any other system. So this capability significantly reduces the context switching and provides a much more intuitive user experience. It turns Copilot Studio, your Copilot agent, from conversational partner into the true hub for the business workflows. Adaptive cards are defined using simple JSON schema. You can either build it from the scratch if you are aware about the JSON schema, how does it work. Otherwise, you can use the design studios. There are adaptive card design studio is available. You can pull it out, and from there you can create your JSON schema, and you can copy that JSON schema and create your adaptive card into the uh, your uh, your agent itself. So moving to the demo. So let's see how these things works in reality. So, so we will simulate a real-world invoice processing scenario. For demonstration purpose, we will read invoice details from the Excel file instead of email attachment or any shared location. So let's dive into the core of what we have been talking about. I want you to walk you through about a live demonstration on how Power Automate, Work Queues, and Copilot Studio comes together to solve the real world business problems with like automating the invoice processing. It's all started with the dispatcher. Consider a dispatcher is a simple, powerful solution built with the Power Automate. Dispatcher's job is like an inbox manager. It will read the new Excel file and containing invoice data, which we have shared into our OneDrive. For every single row in an Excel sheet, our dispatcher flow will automatically create a new work item in work queue. Once the work items or invoice details are parked in our work queue, our performer bot will take over. So this flow will always active, ready to pick up the next item in the queue, performs a role. It's the role is critical, and it applies the business rule. For this demo, it will validate the invoice by checking the total amount. So let's try to implement an validation like in on the invoice amount. So validation can be like an invoice amount cannot be zero. If invoice amount is more than 1 lakh, then it must be approved from the higher authority. The performer validates and then updates the status of invoice based on whether it is passes or fails on those checks. Now, here is where the magic AI comes in. Uh, we built we built an Copilot agent using Copilot Studio. Think of this as a intelligent interface that user can interact with. Instead of team member having an open dashboard for the specific Power Automate run, they can simply ask a question to Copilot agent in natural language. As you will see in a moment, I will ask Copilot agent something like, "What is the status of my invoice?" And then this Copilot Studio itself will connect this to automated solution, and it will answer our queries. Okay, let me stop sharing and reshare my. I hope my screen is visible again.
Yes, Kunal.
Yeah. So as we talked about, so we have a Excel invoices, where in this Excel file we have parked some sample data from the invoices that I will show you like this. So we have a 10 invoices where we have invoice ID, invoice date, amounts, and account names, and the status. Status as of now is blank. So what we will do, our agents will perform its operations, and it will update the status here also. Okay. So here is my work queue, which is a finance invoice processing work queue. I don't have any work queues in my work queue at this moment. So let's have a run. So let me my read invoice. So this read invoice is a Power Automate workflow, and this act as a dispatcher. So it will read the invoice details from the Excel, and it will park my all the invoices into the work queues. So let's run it. But in real world, it does not work like this. In real world, it's a automated solution. You can connect to your Outlook directly, and once you received any invoices into the email, then automatically it will start run its execution. So it's a event driven, not a manual driven. So now my workflow has started running, and if we refresh this, you can see I have created, it has read the invoices from the Excel. It has created the work items here, and you can see the all work item details here into the input format. So if I click on this, so you can see there is an ID, invoice date format is completely different, but while processing, we can convert this date format also. We have a account name, we have a email contacts, we have a invoice amount, and work queue key also. Okay, so all this information is get stored into the work queue. So each work queue item represents an one single invoice. Okay, so this is how my dispatcher has started working. So I read my invoices, and I have marked as a queue so that it should get processed for the next steps. So for dispatcher, I have created I have created, you can say, agent that is desktop flow. And let's say if I start my desktop flow running, it will process each and every work queue item. Let me refresh. So see, so it has processed. In some cases, it will validate. Some cases I purposefully placed as a to field the validation so that it will have like this. So see, so few are in business exception, few are processed, and few will be generic exceptions, like where your invoice amount cannot be zero. So like this. So it will keep on processing. So currently you can see the status. So this invoice is in currently into the processing, and out of 10 we have successfully processed 3. We have got a generic exception, we have got 2 business exceptions, and like this. So it just took less than a minute to process all 10 invoices in Power Automate. But where you must be wondering, where is my Copilot Studio here? So now this is an end-to-end your automate solution, but I'll show you how you can interact with this solution. So I have my agent. So basically, let's say I have created my agent here, and now I'll show you how it works. Let's say if I prompt my agent, find the invoice status for account LMN with invoice ID INV0009. So now if I run this prompt, so what it is doing, it is going to connect to my automated solution, and it has generated the output. The status of my invoice ID is into the business exception, what it is, what is there, and business exception. So you can add multiple, you can have multiple inputs, and you can share multiple details like what is the exact status and what is the remarks. If you want to add it, what is the business exception here, you can put all these things. Also, it has generated me a link, so where I can find this invoice status, where is my invoice? So you can simply click on this and it will take you to that invoice row in your Power Automate work queue. See, it has taken, and you can see what is the input. There is an all this inputs is already there, and now you can see what is the business exception and entire processing history. So as we are doing this manually, but in automation we can generate it generates an multiple process histories, where on which machine it has run, if it is a desktop flows, how many retries it has taken. So all this information can be captured here as a processing history itself. And now you can see, like, just by connecting or just prompting, I can get my invoice status. But you must be seeing that this is an prompt, this is a normal generic text that is been generated, right? So if you want to make this like an interactive, or let's say if I want to make an actionable, so then how we can do that? So this is where our this is like we have all this information in our work item, but I want to present this information in another way. So how does it work? So let's take us another example. Let's say I'm not passing anything, it will prompt me everything. So let's say find my invoice status. So here I have not provided any account details or vendor ID or my invoice ID. So it will start prompting me. So what is your vendor, where you are looking out for this information, for which vendor or which invoice you are looking for this information. So let's say I'm looking out for the same LMN. What is LMN is my vendor, and what is my invoice ID? Let's say my invoice ID is 00 INV009. So it has generated a response, but this time it is not a generic text-based response, but it has created my response in a proper adaptive card. But today what we have seen is about, like, it's a entry or introduction features, like in a right. So it is just getting a status for the invoice. What if tomorrow in we build an approval mechanism? So here itself we can see an approval mechanism where you can add buttons like approve and reject kind of buttons, and you can say business exception, you can say a message your approval will be required, and in the background you can easily configure where this invoice should get to which person will need to approve this, and that this prompt or this adaptive card will easily be sent to that person on Microsoft Team or Microsoft Agent, through the agent, where that person will log into the system, or he will simply approve and reject this kind of, and every transactional history will be captured into your processing history of the work queue item itself. So that's how you can build this kind of solutions, and how this is how you can create an interactive systems or interactive agents which we can which you can leverage to solve your automation problems, and you can interact with this kind of end-to-end automation problems as well. So now we talked about the knowledge also, right? So here is the knowledge section. Let's say I have attached one document, right? So you can there is a way you can simply click on knowledge, and you can either upload a file, or you can simply connect to your OneDrive or SharePoint drive, SharePoint folder directly, and it will connect to that. Your agent can connect to this locations, and it can crawl all the documents, and once the status is ready, you can easily ask this question. So let's say now I just prompted about my status. Now let's say I want to check the process. Okay, let's say what is invoice processing procedure. So now, oops. Right. So now, based on the prompt, it quickly search my knowledge base, and it extracted the information. How my what is the procedure for the invoicing or invoice processing procedure? It is completely documented into the my PDF file, and it gives me a response in a second. So what is the complete procedure for the invoice processing? So this is how user can get answer to their queries. User can simply create an your agent can be an actionable. It can perform actions on behalf of user. So this is how the Copilot Studio works, and in real cases also. And moving to our next slide, let me reshare my presentation. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah, Kunal.
Okay, great. Okay, so this was about the demonstration today, but what is the next? What's next? So basically, sorry, my bad. Yeah. So today we just laid on the groundwork of the building the intelligent agent, where we explored the basics of topics, generative answer, entities, and actions. But what if what we covered is just a beginning? For those, if you are looking out for the building and more complex scenarios where AI games takes you to next level, our next session will deep dive into the some advanced topics. And those advanced topics could be trigger conditions, model context protocols, multi-agent orchestrations, how these features can really create an enterprise grade solutions, and you can really take your organizations onto the AI canvas. So that's probably, as we talk, I may produce multiple sessions on this topic itself in future. Okay. So it's a wrap. I really appreciate Vipul and Jaipur Tech community for giving me this opportunity. So we hope you are excited about the more possibilities and elevating your automation and AI game with the Copilot Studio in upcoming sessions. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Yeah, thanks Vipul.
Thank you.
Over to
Thank you,
you.
Kunal, for this awesome session and sharing your knowledge on Copilot Studio, showing us the practical demo, how to create an agent. So really appreciate. Thanks again to Shrutika and Kunal. You were really awesome. And thank you everyone for joining today. Stay tuned for our next session from JPPUG on October 11. Till that time, thank you.
Thank you.